how much of that balance do you get to play in this show?
This is so delicious because I get to do a little bit of all of it. You know, there are moments that are very, very grounded and heartfelt. And, you know, when they say, this take is for you, baby, I take it. I take it. And I call those takes saving a little sauce for the ribs. So I save a little sauce, I sprinkle it on there, but it is a perfect marriage of you know, comedy and drama. And that's the thing I'm the happiest about.
And Nathan, obviously, you know, huge fan of this work of yours, and I always credit it to your training on soaps, because like if you can survive in the soap world and on that schedule and nail all of that craziness, everything after that is probably a lot more fun. But what are you looking at as you go into the new season? What is your character going to be facing now? Because things are very different on the force.
Yeah, you know what's great is we've kind of baked in to the design of the show. You know, we started it off. This guy's a rookie, and how many years can you be the rookie? Well, now he's elevated to another level of his job, and he's starting at rock bottom again. So he's right back down to being in the rookie. He's can I say this?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, early in season 5, John Nolan's gonna become a training officer, so he'll be the oldest rookie training officer.
And I get a brand new rookie who's making all the same mistakes I made as a rookie, but me as a training officer can't believe these mistakes. But it's kind of brilliant the way we. Take a look at life and say, what keeps you a rookie? Like, what in your life are you still a rookie at?
Right. And can we reveal who this character is? Who's playing this person? What are they going to be bringing?
Not yet.
Not yet. 3 episodes in, and you're not going to give us something?
Well, I mean, you know, we hired a great actress, and it's going to be a really fun part. But I don't think we're ready to spill all the beans.
Yeah, you're gonna have to watch.
All right, okay, all right. I'm just going to ask it now to get it out of the way, because I think a lot of people are just waiting for it. You need to give us an update on the Chenford situation.
The what situation? I don't know. What? Oh yeah, I know about that.
When the two characters get so close that they get one day.
Oh yeah. What can I tell you about that? I mean, obviously we left quite the cliffhanger at the end of last season with the kiss. Which we've been building up to for 4 seasons. You know, there'll definitely be repercussions and some fallout from that, and you know, I do think it's fair to make you wait though to see exactly where that goes.
We've been waiting.
I know. Well, you got a kiss.
So Alexi and Terence, you both, you know, the show, the mothership or the flagship, has always kind of spoken truth to power. It's never been afraid to look at the things that are actually going on in the real world as far as law enforcement and in society. I'm assuming feds will also be as upfront about various failings in the system?
Absolutely. I mean, one of the things that we pride ourselves on is being honest about systemic problems in policing, be it local law enforcement, federal law enforcement. So we're going to be touching those storylines, but we'll always try to do it in an organic way. So it doesn't feel like we're preaching. We want to, you know, tell real stories and see how the realities of the system affect our heroes, like the great Simone Clark, played by the brilliant Niecy Nash. So we're really excited about some of those stories that we'll be able to, you know, carefully weave in kind of a beautiful way.
Well, the other thing that is really, that I love about our cast and the storyline with regards to that is that my father in the series was wrongfully convicted and served 8 years in prison. And so while he is leading, you know, police reform, his daughter decides to become a Fed. So that there's a lot to unpack in that relationship.
And that's also, that groundwork that was laid in that storyline in the 2-parter, that's obviously going to draw a lot of attention to this family relationship. Do we meet more of Simone's family?
We will, absolutely.
All right.
Good time to say spoiler.
Well, because the reality is that Simone Clark has twins that we talked about in 419 for the two-part backdoor pilot. We're going to meet them sooner or later. There are going to be some exciting stories and relationships that we can play around with having those two in the mix.
And what about a love life?
Oh yeah. I don't know if we're allowed to spoil. Probably not yet. No, we're not going to spoil yet, but there's a very interesting love interest that launches in episode 3, and I can't wait for everyone to see it. I just watched the dailies of it. Oh my gosh, the chemistry is popping. Oh, it's amazing.
So for everyone who was on the mothership, when Niecy came on, and this idea was a go, at what point did you realize, oh yeah, this is exactly where we need to be heading, and this is, when did you start to like almost craft any kind of stories around what she brings to the table?
Well, I mean, it was almost the intention that it be a two-part sort of introduction to her character to carry over into her own series. So, we specifically designed those 2 episodes to really platform Niecy and to platform the character so that it was a no-brainer and sort of impossible to say no to Feds as a series. So, and so, I mean, you brought it up earlier about Nathan being, able to do so many different things, and honestly, he is a true TV star. And Niecy is exactly the same, and that was so necessary to launch a show like this, because, it's big shoes to fill, to step over, and, I mean, her shoes are much nicer than Nathan's, but she fills them just like he does.
For Niecy, now that you're 3 episodes in, how physical has this role been, and how's that going?
Listen. I'm a woman of a certain age. And I will tell you that, the training, the preparation, it's a lot of running around, it's a lot of, bad guys you gotta get after, and I'm holding my own. Gulp.
So you're becoming very tight with your stunt double?
Say it louder for the people in the back.
And Nathan, you mentioned this training, this rookie that you'll be training. Is the idea that this is like a mini you?
No, but I think there are some overall themes. She's very much her own character, but
I'm sorry, she?
Oh, spoiler, by the way. Drink me, nice work. Bad name. What am I, Tom Holland over here? The idea is, but there's kind of prevailing themes. I just gotta tell you, the whole physical thing, I felt down the other day at work just before, right before you do the part where they stop and put the stunt guy in. I just had to run up to that part, and I tripped and fell down. My holster put a bruise in my hip. Falling down stopped being funny around 37.
I tripped over a carpet trying to run into a house, and my arm is still bruised.
I rolled on an extension cord. I just stepped on it, kind of rolled, and flat on my ass.
We're going to have the best blooper reels.
I was going to say, this is the gag reel you need to release. This is perfect. So, Nathan.
Somebody is dressed up in my wardrobe. I'm like, oh, great. They get to take it all in. I love it.
Nathan, what does it mean for you to actually see this show start to branch out and create this universe?
I've been in this industry a little while now. I'm 51 years old. I've been doing this over 25 years. To still be experiencing firsts in this incredible industry I'm really fortunate. And here I am, experiencing a first. People see it and say, what show are you on? Excuse me, it's what shows. I don't let that slip by. This is incredible. This is an incredible experience. I am, every day, really excited about where I am in life right now. I am in the perfect position. I say that a lot.
Yeah, 3 weeks in. And for Alexi and Terence, was there ever a discussion when the spin-off idea came around to like take one of the core cast members and shoot them off? Like, because I feel like I remember reading even something about like maybe a firefighter-centric one with Bailey.
I mean, there were some early discussions about, you know, as I said earlier, about different versions of it. That was sort of a passing sentence probably, but ultimately what got everybody the most excited was sort of its own thing with a connection to the mothership.
Nathan and Niecy, both of you, you guys both entered this universe straight from other shows. Like, I think you put down like the Castle script and then moved right over to the Rookie. And then Niecy, you finished Claws, and I think you went right into, you know, costume fitting. Was there ever the idea for either of you to like take a breather?
I actually did. I said I'm not going to work for 2 years when I finished Castle, and 2 years later I get a call from Alexi.
I didn't think you were going to say yes, because, you know, we're really hard on Castle.
And you said 2 years. I said, yeah, that's true. I did. I said 2 years. And today's the anniversary. So and up we went.
There's the show.
And that's exactly how it happened. Yeah. Easy though. You tell me what happened. You jumped in.
Well, yes. That's the short answer, yes. Because why not? Because the story, the idea of this world was so delicious, and it put me on the other side, because in the series that I was working on, I was a criminal. So that was the other side of it, and then I got to be law enforcement and work in Los Angeles and sleep in my own bed every night. Sign me up.
How have your work days been? Because it's kind of hot in LA right now.
I'm not used to filming in the summertime. This is my first time working during the summer. This is usually the time when I'm on hiatus and laying on an island somewhere in something inappropriate. But for now, I'm working during the summer, and it's a little hot, but not bad.
Simone's age, her race, her gender, and her sexuality are all like prime areas for exploration for this character, especially within the world she works in. What is her path? What can you tell us about her path so far and what's coming forward?
I think her path so far is her just trying to figure out and find her footing in this new space, this new world that she's in. She's away from her children because they're in college. She's back at home with her father, trying to navigate that relationship. She's trying to prove herself, you know, at 48, in this new space that she's longed for. So her dream is no longer deferred. When it comes to her lovers, she's open. She likes who likes her. And, shut up. You know, she even thinks that this guy likes her. How about that?
It's true.
Okay, and how is, we've seen the portions of Los Angeles that the Rookie has already covered. You know, this is pretty much the area, the beat that they work. What portions of LA are we going to get to see in Feds that haven't been tapped into yet?
Well, the interesting thing is, because we're a federal organization, that Simone Clark works for a federal organization, Los Angeles is not our only place where we do our work. We have a jet plane and we often fly. So like early, you know, we'll go to Texas, we'll go to Mississippi, we'll go to Florida. And it kind of opens up the show in a really exciting way, giving us an opportunity to do things that we weren't able to do on the flagship as often, that we get to do more often here. So we're going to be all over Los Angeles, and actually all over the nation, and we might even go overseas because FBI has a footprint overseas as well. More to come on that. It's going to be fun.
Okay. The shows, well, the Mothership has always been such a great blend of that, like, it's the breezy and the very tense action stuff. And it's amazing it's amazing how invested we've all become in all of the characters. Like, the way you have populated this universe. So I want to hear a little bit about, especially for the crowd here, what do you have on the board for the rest of the Mothership characters?
Well, look, I mean, it is a brilliant cast, who every single one of them is a joy to write for. I will, as an aside, say that was the goal on Feds as well, is to put together a cast of actors who are incredibly talented and who are super fun to write for, and so we checked that box, which is great. But look, I mean, there's a lot going on in the Rookie universe. Obviously, we spoke a little bit about Shenford earlier, but, you know, I mean, Harper is about to have a baby, and we have a fun storyline with that, and, you know, and she said at the end of last season that she wants to go back to being a detective full-time, so, you know, we really loved the time that she spent with Lopez, the sort of Cagney and Lacey of it all, so we're going to do some more of that. And then, you know, I mean, Aaron will be getting out of Rookie long sleeves and into being a P2, so there's just a lot of movement. I mean, season 5 is a real transitional year, I think, and so we'll be sort of enriching those stories and having a good time. But also, as you know, we said earlier, sort of, you know, we're not afraid to tell some harder stories and to push the edge on things, and you know, I mean, bad things sometimes happen on our show, so.
Will there be sort of, you had kind of villains of the year that come in and they cause some problems and they go away and they come back and they really mess up like a wedding, which I'm still traumatized by the way, because you had a happy season finale and I was waiting for gunfire. Do you have an idea as far as like, is there a theme or like a thread of villainy? Do you have a specific character or case that we'll be dealing with?
We definitely bring back some people that we've seen before. I don't want to give too much away yet, but you know, that's part of the joy of having also great guest cast who come in to really sort of establish these characters who are so memorable and really have impacted all of our characters in different ways. So, you know, we're definitely bringing some storylines back around. I mean, the truth is the criminal justice system works really slowly, as opposed to how you see it on television. So, you know, trials take sometimes years. So, you know, there's a storyline that's coming back that we'll pick up from something from season 2 and beyond. So yeah, I think there's some really good dynamic stories to tell.
So part of the fun, especially for you guys, like how many of you are like live tweeting the show when it's airing? Okay, so that's part of the fun of watching the show is like the live tweeting and seeing like how everyone is responding to certain things, and you know, whether it be like a look or a kiss that we finally got, or you know, like a setup. Something you did last year, which a lot of us on Twitter were very upset about, was how you put Wes basically like a giant target on Wes. Is he safe now? Because I need to verify this for my own personal information.
You're talking about Sean Ashmore, obviously. Yeah, look, I mean, I think, you know, we do have an exciting storyline coming up with him that sees him sort of crossing over from the defense side and putting him in our world in a more solid way. I mean, I do think that nobody in our world, well, except for this man, is completely safe. But I don't have a plan to break your heart this season, Damien. So.
All right. Okay.
Yet. He doesn't have a plan yet.
Yes. All right.